What's up, everybody? Welcome to Conversation with Buck Wild. I'm your host, Buck Wild. How y'all doing today? I got my partner here, Joe, aka J Rock. We're gonna do a little talk today about a little bit of military, and I also want to say thanks to everybody that's in the military, all branches. Thanks for your good work. My first question is, Joe, how old were you when you first decided to go to the military?
I first decided to go when I was 19. I went to college first for a year and then just changed my mind after that 1 year of school.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what branch you was in?
Army.
Okay.
Army.
Did you see any tours or did you wars or anything like that?
Yeah. I went in 89. So right after I came in, Desert Storm kicked off. However, my unit didn't go.
Okay.
After that, I did end up going to Afghanistan and Iraq.
Okay.
Later down the line in my career.
Okay. In both of those places, did you see any action?
Everything is action in a sense. You know, I was aviation, so I didn't have to kick in nobody's doors and stuff like that, even though there are some aviation people that do that kind of thing. But I chose a job that I felt like I was going to be able to do something, you know, better later down the line and something more that was interesting to me.
Gotcha.
Rather than, you know, just doing the basic, not basic, but an infantry type job.
So, exactly what is aviation?
Well, I was a helicopter mechanic. I worked on Apaches, which is an attack helicopter. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Back in the day, I tried to go to the military. It was three of us, man. We was going to the Navy. We was buddies. We was young.
Mm-hmm.
And I really wanted to go to the military. Did everything. Went to go swear in. They lost my paperwork. I lost interest right there, so I never got a chance to go. But I was always interested in how does it work? What all do you have to go through once you get into the military?
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's funny you say you wanted to go in.
Mm-hmm.
I started out, I didn't want to go in. Recruiters would come by talking to, you know, to the schools and stuff, and I was like, I'm not doing that. They going to picnics and all of that. Nah, I bypassed all of that stuff and was like, had other things in my mind, you know. So once I came back and I did decide it, you know, of course everybody didn't believe I was going to do it.
Right.
And then I was like, I want to be a mechanic. They like, you don't even want to get dirty.
Right.
So,
Right.
you know, so different things.
I can relate to that.
You know, it went kind of weird, but once I did go in, I was expecting things you see in the movies, you know.
Yeah.
But during the time frame I came in, it wasn't as hard to me as I thought it was. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see it in the movies, the drill sergeant beating up folks and all of that kind of good stuff. They ain't really doing all of that by the time I got there. I just, you know, we was already running in tennis shoes and stuff by the time I got there instead of running everywhere in boots and everything. So it was a different time frame, and even since it's changed, of course. But yeah, whenever I went through the training, like I said, because I had played sports, you used to having coaches, so it just, to me, it was like another sport in a sense, because they make you exercise, which some people hadn't done. So, you know, and then they teaching you all of the things you need to know dealing with the infantry portion of the Army. You know, so you're learning all your basic skills, learning about chemicals, you know, how to shoot, how to protect yourself and all that kind of good stuff.
Gotcha.
So it was a learning experience, definitely.
So, how long were you in the military?
I stayed in for 22 years.
So you retired?
Yes.
So
after saying I wasn't going to stay the first time,
yeah.
I ended up in there longer than I
That's
thought.
just like a
way
job.
longer.
That's kind of like a job you get on and you don't really like the job. They ain't really paying no money. You got a bad day, man. I'm gonna quit this damn job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you find yourself being there for 10 years or so on the same job.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, because you get comfortable.
Right.
And once you know the systems and everything, and real baseline of once you're in, it's just a regular job. Once you're in there, everything in the Army is basically training for whatever you're going to do if you do deploy.
Right, gotcha.
So if you work on a truck, guess what? You're going to work on that truck every day when you go in. You'll be a truck mechanic. If you work on whatever computers, you're going to be doing computer stuff every day.
The same thing every day.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Whatever you apply for.
Yeah, pretty much. Once you get your training.
That's one of my questions right there. Do you apply for a position in the military, or they hand you something? You know what I mean?
You test for a position, basically.
Okay.
So if your scores are well enough for you to get whatever it is job you wanted to try to get, say if you wanted to be in the medical field, and they look at all your scores, but you may not qualify for a medical field, then they'll try to they'll try to guide you to other positions that they think you'd be a better or another fit for. Because you might say you want to be in the medical field, but on your testing that you did, it might show you as being a strong mechanic.
Gotcha.
Or something else, some other branch, some other section. So then they'll just kind of be like, well, you know what? These scores say you're better at this than you are at, knowing the lingo or whatever for the medical side. Right. So you never know.
Maybe kind of like football. You go out for a wide receiver and
end up as a defensive back.
Right.
Yeah.
Or a quarterback.
Yeah. You never know until you get that feel. Yeah.
Right. So now, once you retire from the military, are you still active? When I say active, do you still work? And if you do, is it still military related?
Well, fortunately, I still work military related. Like I said, I was a mechanic, aircraft mechanic to start off with. When I retired, I came back as an instructor to teach helicopter mechanics. So now I've taught the Apache is where I started out.
Okay.
Left there, transferred over to the Black Hawk.
Okay. Okay.
And then now I'm no longer an instructor. I do other jobs. I write MWOs. So
what is that?
It's a program for whenever new things are getting put on the aircraft and they test it, then the writing has to match up. Just like when you go buy a cabinet for the house. Those instructions that are in there to tell you how to put the cabinet together.
Right.
That's basically what I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, in this day and time, would you tell someone, a younger generation, that the military, would you suggest the military to anybody this day and time?
I would say the military is not for everybody, that's for sure. It's not for everybody, but I would say yes. And the only reason is because to get you established as a young person.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So if you look at the prices of things right now in comparison to when you were younger and I were young, the prices of things we thought might have been high when we were kids or young people, young adults. But now these young adults now are looking at some crazy prices.
Oh yeah.
And just trying to get themselves started from nothing to move along, I say the military would be a good start for a lot of people.
I believe that because I have friends that retired from the military, and the military has done them very well. Not just the intelligence and the mental capacity, but stuff that I see that's tangible.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That they came back, they did their 20 years, they came back. I got a couple partners, they laid back every day.
Yeah.
Which make me feel like, damn, man, I should have tried it again.
Right.
I should have did this, I should have did that.
Yeah.
It
wasn't your path.
It wasn't meant for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? and I'm a firm believer in certain things, and you have to recognize your blessings.
Okay.
I believe in stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, everything isn't for everybody, But with that being said, now that you're retired, now where are you from actually? Where's home?
I'm originally from Fort Worth, Texas.
Okay.
Funky town.
Right. I can hear the accent. Yeah. So now, how did you end up here?
Yeah, okay. I was assigned here from the military.
Because I know you reside here now.
Yeah, at one point I came to Virginia. I started out pretty much here because I did my training here.
Gotcha.
For my job was here. I left here. I went to Germany. I went to Fort Hood, Texas, which has now changed the name.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Fort Campbell in Kentucky, Korea, you know, to name some places that I've been stationed.
Right.
And then once I got married, my wife was saying, I told my wife, since she traveled so much with me, wherever she wanted to live, whenever we were done, is where we would live.
Okay.
And she chose Virginia. So I was like, I guess it's Virginia.
Okay.
So, and hey, they've made me family up here, so I'm cool with it, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So now that you reside here, this is your home. You still have family in Texas or
Yes.
nearby?
Not really nearby. The closest we have is pretty much Texas.
Okay.
My wife's family is up north.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's just myself, my wife, and my son here.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I mean,
we do have extended family, which we've met here.
Right.
But other than that, yeah, just
it.
us.
Right. Now, I know that let me ask you this question. We're gonna get out of the military just for a second.
Okay.
When did you decide to ride motorcycles?
I decided when I was young. However, my family didn't decide on that one.
Yeah.
I begged my dad, and he was like, no. No, not only no, but hell no.
Yeah.
You know, and so I kept in my mind, well, when I get old enough to get me something, I'm going to do my own thing. You know how we do, you know.
Right.
And it took me a long time, though, before I actually made up my mind and said, you know, I'm going to go ahead and try to get one.
Right.
And I had been in the service. Shoot, I was probably about midway through my military career, and some guys, matter of fact, it was here, and some guys was like, man, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to get this bike, and man, all them jokers went and started getting bikes, and I was sitting back like, I think I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
But I still didn't have any riding experience, so I went to a class, because in the military, you got to take a class anyway, a safety class.
To ride bikes?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that mandatory or something?
Yeah, it's pretty much mandatory. They want you to be safe as possible. You would put it that way.
Even if you
have experience, they want to know that you had some kind of course.
Okay.
That's just the way that they do, which is cool. You know.
I never knew that.
So I did the safety course here, got my license and everything, and was like, yeah, I'm going to get this bike. Wife was pregnant.
Uh-oh. That'll slow it down every time.
so I was like, okay, be the responsible guy, you know. So we did. It took a little while longer. Then I got orders to go back to Germany. I'm like, good gracious. So then, moving around back and forth, it just slipped.
Gotcha.
I put it like that. It just slipped, and I didn't get mine until I got out the military.
Gotcha.
Even though I had safety, I did a motorcycle course set up while I was in there for the guys that did ride and all that stuff, my guys. But it took me a couple years after getting out before I finally did get a bike. And then I was like, So I started out with a Boulevard.
Okay. That was my next question. What was the first bike?
Yeah, I figured you was about to look at me and say something like that, because the way you was like, yeah, I got you now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started out on a Boulevard because I was like new to riding. And was like, I'm not gonna go crazy, you know. So that's what I started on.
But what do you have? How many bikes have you had?
Only two. I've only owned two.
And then you ride
I had the Boulevard, and now I have a electric glide.
Okay, Harley Davidson.
Yes, Harley electric glide.
So, what's the longest ride you've taken on your bike? Even though I know you haven't been riding. Yeah. For a little bit, I've ridden with you before. Right. I think you ride. I think you ride good. You won't. You know how we ride.
Right.
And I don't expect for everybody to ride like we ride.
Yeah.
But, if you had what would be your dream bike?
What would be my dream bike?
Yeah.
I think I really want to get a road glide.
A Road Glide?
Yeah,
okay.
I think I really want to get a Road Glide.
Okay, they nice bikes.
Just because of the frame, you know what I'm saying? The visor and stuff not moving.
Gotcha.
It seemed like it's a little bit more steady to me. And
Okay, I ride a Street Glide, but a lot of my partners, they ride Road Glide.
Yeah.
And yeah, the front don't turn.
Yeah.
Just the handlebars, and they love those bikes.
Yeah.
I like them, you know. Cars. What about cars? Do you do fast cars or any type of cars like that?
I ain't really that deep into the fast cars, you know, because I'm a laid back kind of
Okay.
So, you know, and even you know, on the bike, I'm still the one.
Right.
I'm the one pulling up the rear. So you know,
we ride 110, 120 miles an hour. I look back in the mirror like, damn, where's your at?
Yeah, I'm just kind of easy going. I got the flow.
I get that,
but you know, it's no specialty or stuff like that. I'm kind of. I always try to stick to a budget. So I look at things that. Is it good? Is it going to last me a long time? Or am I going to have to get another?
Right.
And so I try to go for the long haul on whatever I get.
Right. But that's what's up. Now, if you hadn't retired from the military, let's just say if you wasn't married,
okay,
and you were still in the military and you was headed up to your retirement, could you stay in there as long as you want to, or you have to?
What you mean in the military?
Yeah, or do you after 20 years or so you have to get out?
Yeah, they don't want you in there when you're 60, 70, you know. I mean, you know what I mean? After so long, you start aching and everything. You can't be doing the same stuff every day after you get so old, man.
I thought the military might have been something like people that I see that drive trucks and stuff. They get out the truck with a cane, and I'm like, man, you supposed to get that out, man. So I didn't know the military, you know, was kind of like that. You just
it's a time frame. They try to keep you moving to certain levels.
Gotcha.
I don't know what the numbers are right now, but you know, it was like 30 years would you be really maxed out for the most part. So if you come in, you know, at 18, 19, 20, you got some people that do come in a little late though.
What you call late?
Some people come in 20s, maybe 30. I don't know what's the highest number now that you can come in at.
So I guess I'm too old.
But yeah, you might be you might be just a smidget over the limits right now, and I think they hurting for people, but you still might be a little bit over.
They ain't hurting that bad. That's funny. Now, when you was in the military and you was traveling from one place to another place, staying, you got married, you have a son. Now, was your son traveling with you, or you had your kid once you got settled?
And in our case, we was already settled.
Gotcha.
So he was born. I was pretty much at the ending of my military career by the time he was born.
Okay.
So yeah, he was really only around it for about 5 years.
Gotcha.
But he did travel wherever we went. So he went back to Germany with me.
Okay.
You know, and then he went to Georgia,
okay,
and then came back up here.
So what is his status now?
What you mean? Where is he at now?
Where is he at now? What is he doing?
Oh, he's doing great. Actually, he's doing great. He's a senior at VCU.
Okay.
Studying forensics. And
that's what's up.
He's on the dean's list and all of that stuff.
That's
you know
what's
what I'm saying? He's doing his thing. He's doing his thing, and I'm very proud of him.
That's
very.
What's up. That's what's
Yes, indeed.
That's what's up. Now, have he ever talked about motorcycles?
You know, it's funny. I got him. His godfather got him a mini bike.
Okay.
Long time ago.
Okay.
He was pretty small. So I take him in the backyard, gonna try to show him stuff on the mini bike. So I'm like, well, you got this thing. You gonna learn how to get on it and do your thing. So he gets on it, and I'm trying to tell him, hey, take it slow, because it's gonna move on you. So take it real slow and try to get your feel of it. Well, he kind of gunned it. It took off. Shot him across the yard. The bike fell down. He got up and walked straight into the house. I ain't touched one since.
That spooked him.
Yeah, it spooked him. But recently he has been saying something about he thinking about it now. So
okay.
You never know. He might get the itch and jump on out there.
Okay.
You know, but of course he want to start with a sport bike, you know, which is understandable because I used to say the same thing.
Right. I mean, they're younger.
Yeah.
I got got a partner that is part of my club. He rides crotch rock. I don't discriminate on what you ride. I just love motorcycles.
Yeah,
Period. That's just my thing. If I ain't got a bike, I don't even feel right.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was like, man, on my next birthday, I'm gonna buy me a Harley.
Uh-oh.
I'm putting my money in the shoebox right now.
Oh, man.
And I'm gonna buy me a Harley.
Y'all done got him.
So we're gonna have another one that's hooked on her. But man, if you had something positive to say about let's say motorcycles to someone that's just starting to ride or have the same dream or the same ambition to ride a motorcycle, but may not have the means right now to get on a motorcycle, to buy a motorcycle, what could you say to keep them positive and don't give up?
Let's see. I would say if you don't have the means to do it, don't do something crazy. First of all, it's not that important. You know what I'm saying? Know what you can do, and whatever you can afford, start there. Don't try to go all out off the bat just because you see your buddy got one that's however fixed up or souped up, geared up and all of that good stuff. If you got to start at the lower end, start at the lower end. Don't just shoot straight out there for the sky. And when it come down to riding, even though people that rode before me, like you, you know what I'm saying, and my man G-Way was always like, get the one you want. I was like, because that's too much power under me off the start.
That's what I tell people.
But he said, get the one you want, because if you don't, you're going to want it anyway. So go on and pay for that one, get that one if you can get it.
Yeah.
If you already feel you're going to bump up, don't say this is a starter one for me.
Right.
Because you just have to know yourself, really. But if you know you're a kind of person that's like rough around the edges and gonna go all out right off the bat, then maybe you want to start down a little bit.
Yeah, because I got people talk to me all the time about motorcycles because they know me from motorcycles. Man, I'm gonna get this, but I'm gonna start right here and I'm gonna work my way. I'm like, man, why buy all those bikes?
Yeah.
When you can get that one bike, it's on you.
Yeah.
You can get the smallest bike in the world and twist the throttle wrong.
Yeah.
And it'll take your ass for a ride.
Oh yeah.
And it's the same thing. That's just how I feel.
Yeah. And that's exactly what you and another friend told me. He said the same thing. He was like, you just have to know yourself.
That's right.
Basically, if you know yourself, and know and respect. That's right. Respect the motorcycle that you're on, no matter what size it is. Give it that respect. If not, then it won't respect you either. And next thing you know, you be eating dirt.
That ain't no lie. That ain't no lie. Well, with that being said, y'all, I appreciate y'all for today. Thank you, Joe, for coming here and having a conversation with me. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.